back to my channel. Danielle here. We are in Mid-City today and we're going to be checking out a new thrift store. It's called BTS Thrift Store and I'm also here with LUIZA. Funky Cool Threads.
We let the boys at home.
Yes. So what I have on my list is just spring wear. I want color, I want camisoles, I want tank tops and pretty dresses. Also, do you guys remember when I was telling you that this year is all about my glow up? Trigger warning, there is a little bit of blood. I got my belly pierced. So things are moving. I honestly should have recorded this for YouTube, but I do have a TikTok up, so if you want to check that out, hit me up on TikTok or Instagram. But let's go check out this new thrift store.
Look at this pink building. Why would you not want to shop here? Also, it says out here that all of the proceeds do go to addiction treatment, so that's really awesome. Looks like they're gonna have furniture, art, clothing, and more. Where's Lisa? She's also getting her content. Okay, we'll let her do her thing. Oh, I've just seen this now. 50% off store-wide clearance sale. It ends April 30th, so if you want to stop on by. Oh no, today's the 30th. Oh my goodness, I was gonna say I'll leave this in the description, but oh, I'm so sorry guys, this is the last day, so maybe it's good that we came through. They've got buckets of shoes and racks. Okay, hopefully we find some good stuff. I'm not much of an accessories person, but look at these handbags. They're so wild, kind of giving me like forest fairy vibes. I'm kind of wanting something for the Renaissance fair. And this just might be perfect. It is very cramped in here, so I'm trying my best, but I did come across this cardigan. This does feel like real fur. Is it real fur? Huh. Kind of hard to tell, but it is made in China, brand R&M Richards, and it's $80, so it's really $40, but it's black velvet. It's just a shame that it's getting pretty hot in Los Angeles, so we're gonna have to leave it behind. Lately, I've been a sucker for anything that's ruffled and lace. So let's see what this is. Oh, that's very pretty. More of a layering piece for me since I don't really wear blouses like this. But does it have a tag? It doesn't. How much are you? Not a bad price, so it'd only be $9. But I feel like this might be more LUIZA, so I'm gonna go see if she wants this. Do you want this? Is this more you? It's all yours.
Cutting it in real quick just to thank today's sponsor, which is BetterHelp. I am all for doing what you can to better your mental health. So if you haven't heard of BetterHelp, they're the world's largest therapy service and it's 100% online. So I've been using BetterHelp for the past month and this gave me access to their network of over 30,000 therapists who are licensed and experienced to help with a wide range of issues. So I know the lockdown happened around 4 years ago, but during that time I was battling really bad depression. And then on top of that, I was furloughed from my job. And so I was just thinking, how am I gonna pay for rent? How am I gonna feed my buddies now that I no longer have stable income? But eventually when I did get my job back, they slashed my hours and then they made my department permanent work from home. So I was confined to these 4 walls Monday through Friday. I no longer had the work friends that I would see every single day. So this led to loneliness, losing all of my interpersonal communication skills, and I was just having a really hard time building connections and relationships. So when I tell you I had a breakdown just about every single day, they were really dark times, and I wish I would have known about BetterHelp then so that I didn't have to go through it alone. And yes, I had Arthur there. By the way, we work at the same company. He just didn't understand because he was still able to go to the studio. He was interacting with people and seeing the same people that we've known for years, Monday through Friday. So if you are going through something similar, it's super easy to get started. All you gotta do is just answer a few questions about your needs in therapy, and then BetterHelp will match you with a therapist from their database. And because BetterHelp is entirely online, you get to decide how you wanna talk to your therapist. So it could be via text, chat, video, or phone call. BetterHelp also works with your own schedule, so you can literally message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's most convenient for you. But also, if you feel like your therapist just isn't a right match, you can switch to a new one at no additional cost. I know I've been talking a lot about BetterHelp's therapist, but they also offer an online journal and classes. I'm really big on journaling. I actually had to give it up just because I was getting a lot of wrist pain and hand cramps, and I just can't write fast enough to keep up with all my thoughts, but I can type fast enough. And I also like that they have journal suggestions that are either general or focused in certain themes like depression, depression, anxiety, relationship issues, and then you can always go back to edit, delete, or even share them with your therapist. But let's talk about their classes because they're all hosted by therapists and they just offer an interactive environment where you can learn about select topics, and all the classes do have a set time and date, so you get to choose whatever works with your schedule, and it's also just easy to register. You literally just click the button and then it sends confirmation to your email. So overall with BetterHelp, there's still the same professionalism and quality as an in-office therapy session, only this time around there's a therapist who's custom picked for you, and there's just a lot more flexibility with scheduling at an affordable price. So you can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp, that's HELP.com/Twinelle, and also have a link down below in the description box so that way you can get matched with a therapist who's ready to listen and help. But a huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Let's get back to thrifting.
I saw LUIZA have these type of shoes, and now I've been wanting some for the longest time. Oh, these are so tiny. But I do want this type of shoe that's giving very Victorian. This one looks a little bit more modern. This is a new item on my thrift list. I came across a youthful skirt. It's a little bit too long for my liking, but this is definitely more what I want to go for. And it's only $9. I'm gonna see if LUIZA wants it. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna put it back because it also has a little stain here. LUIZA just came across the coolest jacket in this dark red color, and then look at the scallop crochet cuffs. Oh, it's so good. All right, let's test our luck in some pants. Oh, I've always wanted some thick corduroy pants. These look tiny though. These are gonna fit me like super high watery, but that is kind of the vibe I'm going for. This most definitely had to be part of a 3-piece set because this looks like a formal gown. It has a lace-up back. I love this dark color. It's giving vampire. I just don't know how much it is because it doesn't have a price. But let's look at this tag because if it's a small or medium, I think I might just take it. Oh, it's a small. Okay, let's go ask how much it is. They priced it at $38, so half of that would be $19. I'm not sure how likely I would wear this or how often I would wear it, so I think we're going to leave it for someone else. I'm stuck. A little too tight, especially in the armpits. But I was hoping to find like a springy dress. This is a no. I've been looking for a 2-piece set for the longest time, and I specifically wanted it to be striped. And look at this. I don't know what brand this is, but it's made in USA. It's a size medium. It's $38 cut in half. This is exactly what I've been looking for, so we're gonna absolutely take her. We have a little basket going here. I think I'm pretty good on clothes. They do have a back row here with a whole bunch of trinkets and home decor. So let's see if they have any clowns, bunnies, or my favorite, carousel horses. Here we have our first bunny. Not a bad price, $8. That's not bad. Not necessarily the vibe that I was going for. Oh, Jesus, $34. I don't know why that's expensive. They have a ton of furniture in the back too. The prices are a little steep. Like a single chair is $450. But then again, I really don't know much about woodwork and vintage furniture. But if this is up your alley, definitely check this out. Or maybe you can just get some inspo, get some brands down so that you can look them up online. But I really need some art, so let's see what they've got. I'm a little tempted to take this just because it's the cheapest thing I found at $4. It's a cute little teddy bear, but I would probably paint the frame. But I mean, is this teddy bear even cute? Or am I just being drawn in by the $4 price tag? What the heck is this mirror? Look at this mirror. Oh my goodness, it's $40. It has a little chef and some veggies all around it. That's adorable. We have our baskets of goodies. We're gonna go try to find a quiet area so we can do rejects of the day. Let's do rejects of the day. I didn't pick up too many items just because I really don't buy vintage. I feel like every time LUIZA comes over, my channel temporarily turns into vintage clothing. But I'm not gonna take the skirt. It's just a little too damaged. It's stained right here too. It's really awesome. I love the silhouette of it. and I love that it's vintage. It's only $9 too, not a bad price, but I want something that's more springy and feminine. I'm also not going to be taking this skirt here. It's a little too basic. I like the contrast hem, but it's not really me. And also, look at this price, $38, so half of that would be 19 bucks. So I feel like it's a little bit too much since I would never wear this. LUIZA is talking about her rejects of the day, so I'm just gonna do my outfit of the day. I'm doing something very simple and comfy. I just have this Harley little baby tee. These pants I bought about 2 months ago and I have yet to wear them. So I decided to pull them out. They are like a faux leather and they smell super soapy, which is so weird, but I've already gotten a ton of compliments. And then can't go wrong with La Moda boots.
All right, y'all, we're back from BTS thrift store, which we actually learned is a non-profit, so we weren't charged any tax, and all the proceeds do go to drug treatment. So if you want to learn more about the thrift store, I'll leave a link down below to their like about us page. But okay, they mainly only had vintage and antique items with like a little splash of modern brands, so it was a freaking dream for LUIZA. Me, on the other hand, I only walked out with 3 items. And they're also items that I'm gonna be thrift flipping in this video. So if you are more into like Y2K, 90s aesthetic, you can find little gems here and there, but it's gonna be a hunt. Let's talk about the first item that I picked up, and it's this handbag. I saw it as soon as I walked into the thrift, and at first I was like, okay, that's kind of ugly, but at the same time, it is pretty cute and it's perfect for the Renaissance fair. So I'm going this weekend, and as a kid, I've always been really scared of it. First of all, because it is so overstimulating and people just tend to be really loud and rowdy. So I never really had like a positive experience going, but now that I'm an adult and I love fantasy, I want to dress up as a forest fairy, just wearing items from my everyday wardrobe. So if you want to see that, it's going to be on IG and TikTok. So the color scheme I'm going to be using for my outfit is going to be green and brown. And this is freaking perfect. What isn't perfect is this price tag. It's priced at $18. So if I didn't go on the sale day, I would have to pay that full $18. Luckily, it was half off, so I paid $9, which to me is still pretty expensive because I don't use handbags at all. I usually go out when I'm with Arthur, and men's clothing just has huge ass pockets, so he tends to hold my lipstick and my phone. But the 50% off sale happens every single month, tends to be like the last week, and my mind went to the worst. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, the store is closing down, they have to get rid of all this inventory. But no, it's just a store clear out. So this is just a way for them to move the inventory that doesn't sell and just pretty much sits there. So let's move into some clothes. This is my favorite item that I picked up, and it is this dress. I honestly don't know if it's vintage or a costume, but the way that it's crafted and this zipper, it seems like good quality, so I'm gonna assume that it's vintage, but it was priced at $18, so I got it for $9, and it's also missing a button. But I don't want to do any drastic change to it because I really do like the silhouette of it. So all we're doing is just changing the buttons. Instead of these faux pearl ones, I want to change them to these gold heart ones. So here's just a quick before shot with the original faux pearl buttons, and here is the after. So just a very minor change. We just did those gold buttons instead, and I feel like it still fits it. It looks very cohesive because it still gives off that very vintage feel. And because the buttons are heart-shaped and have flowers inside, it does look more youthful and playful, whereas the faux pearls, to me, just give more mature and elegant. This next thrift flip, I'm really hoping I don't mess up because I've wanted this two-piece set for the longest time. I even went as far as like thrift hopping all across Los Angeles to try to find a matching blazer and trouser set. Absolutely no luck. So when I did come across this picture on Instagram, I was gonna immediately buy it because the red shoes, the socks, the lace sold me. This brand no longer makes these sets, so I was just like, no! The only way I'm gonna get my hands on this is if I just make it. So BTS came through with this stripe matching set that is pretty spot on. Only the sleeves on the blazer are a little too short. It's also a size 8, and I tend to fit a 4-6, so it is just a few inches too big around the waist. So I'm gonna have to learn to take that in. Thankfully, we went to BTS thrift store on their 50% off day because it's priced at $38. I would have never picked it up for that price. I ended up paying $19 for it, which is still on the higher end. So I'm really hoping I don't mess this up, but here's a quick shot of what the before looks like before making any changes. I don't think think it's bad. It's just a little too business for me and a little too boring. So here is the after shot. I'm really proud of this one just because working on suits is not easy, and I did really want it to come out perfect since it's something that I've wanted for a really long time. But now it just looks a lot more feminine, so this is definitely my new piece of the season. But you guys, that pretty much does it for the end of my BTS thrift haul and thrift flip. Let me know which item was your favorite down below in the comments. But if you are into vintage, I definitely recommend checking it out, so I'll leave the address down below. If you're not totally into vintage, I would maybe only go on their sale day, which happens the last week of every single month. Also, another thing to note is that everything does have a price tag, but it's not set in stone. You can literally go up to the cashier and just barter with them, and right then and there, they'll give you a lower price. So I paid full price, not really knowing that, and then I overheard some woman bartering, so I was texting LUIZA. She was standing right next to me at the register, and I was telling her, ask for a lower price, they're gonna give it to you. So I think she got a good $30 or $60 off. Also, a huge thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video, so don't forget that you can get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp, HELP.com/Twinelle. I'll also have a link down below in the description box, so that way you can get matched with a therapist who's ready to listen and help. But as always, y'all, I do post videos at least once a week. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!